if you fell in love with somebody because they were able to demonstrate your favorite love languages,
Mhm.
can you ever fall out of love with them if they continue to do it?
If they continue to do it or they continue to not do it.
No, they continue to do it. So let's say yours is quality time, acts of service, and words of affirmation. Those are your three main things, and they've been
It
doing that
is. How'd you know?
because I told you I know your life. Like, so let's say they've been doing that, right? And you fell in love with them. Obviously you're attracted to them, whatever. Could you ever fall out of love with that person who's consistently doing those things?
Yes.
Yeah. What would make you fall out of love with them?
I I can fall out of love with anybody doing my love languages because there's more to a relationship than just upholding love languages. Just because you give me quality time does not mean I'm going to be in love with you forever. You could be a piece of shit person, but just because you're feeding me words of affirmation, I might find it's bullshit half of the time because you're just telling me that because you cheated on me last week. Or giving me gifts because you cheated on me last week. Like, it doesn't make you the right person for me, so I can fall in love with anybody providing the love languages that
Yeah.
I require.
It's the connection and the honesty.
So what if they didn't cheat?
I just use cheating as an example,
No,
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
If
if you guys aren't like, there's more to a relationship than just love languages, and it doesn't have to mean that someone was unfaithful. You guys are probably arguing all the time, or you guys are probably just not seeing eye to eye about things, or whatever couples argue about or fall out about. I just feel like
think
no amount of love language can make up for you not being compatible with someone anymore.
Are you saying more like, what if he didn't cheat? Everything's been good the entire time. He's doing your love language and it's so good. Can you fall out of love?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What if you
Elaborate.
just get bored one day?
But if you falling
Wait,
out
wait,
of
wait,
love,
wait.
I don't think that like there has to be
Or you
some
fall out of
reason.
love,
I
yeah.
don't
No,
think
no.
that it's just like day to day, like you just don't love someone anymore.
I want to go. Let's dive on that. So you said, what if you just get bored?
It's scary, but we're human. I think somebody can wake up one day and just not love the other person anymore, even if they're doing everything right.
For
I
what
don't
would
know.
be?
I feel like it could. Yeah, because it could,
Huh?
I mean that
I
can
do-
be true for
He was
some
like,
people. I don't know, not me. I'm very loyal to the people I love.
I mean,
No, I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying just anyone. Like,
Okay, so you don't personally feel that way.
no.
Because I don't feel that way either. I'm not gonna
No,
wake
but
up.
I'm saying
and-
anyone can wake up one day. Like somebody.
like I've been that person who had a great relationship, no fucking issues, and I just woke up and I was like, I think this is what makes me think that perfect is boring. And
did you wake up thinking like, damn, she's not as bad as I thought she was?
No,
Like,
because she was bad. Like she was bad. She had a fat ass. She had the Betty Boop body, which was one of my favorites.
It was just too perfect.
It was just like,
Was the
There was-
connection?
they say
was
like
no chaos.
they say like as a man, if there's nothing to conquer, then what am I doing? And I felt like my relationship was perfect, and I was like, there's no obstacles, there's nothing to do,
I gotta turn up here and there.
so I gotta ruin it. Like I gotta ruin it. And I'm not saying like I ruined the relationship, but like I gotta leave it because there's really nothing to look forward to. And it's like every day. You ever seen like those movies where it's just like those white people just walking like robots with the strollers? And it's like, are you really living life, or is life living you at that point? And I think that like I felt that way. Everything was perfect. I was just like, I'm bored. I need a challenge.
But did you really like her? Like, did you love her?
I love that girl.
Like, did you have like butterflies, pit of your stomach kind of love?
I love that girl, right? We're not gonna dive deep into my love for this woman.
Because, no,
but
I
like-
have to know because I've had a relationship like that. Like, he was great. Like, I loved the way he looked. I was like, damn, yeah, I want to have his babies. Like, and our relationship was great, but I was like, I didn't have that feeling for him though.
I don't think
So I was like, I think that we would have a great relationship. I was like, we probably would even have a great marriage and he'd be the perfect father to my kids. But I was like, I don't love him though. Like I don't have that
think
kind of.
I don't think you're supposed to feel the butterflies for love. I think if
Yeah.
you're
Why?
calm and like healthy, that's like you're. Yeah.
I saw. Did you see that on social media recently?
No, I did. I actually read about it too.
Yeah, they said
think
that
it's true.
the butterflies is a form of like anxiety, but I like that. That is my sense of knowing that I really like somebody. I need the butterflies. If I don't got the butterflies, then I'm not really that into you.
Maybe I would want to say that she was perfect. I think that in the relationship aspect, it was perfect. There weren't a lot of fights, maybe once every year in terms of arguments. And if we ever did have a disagreement, we had a very healthy way of communicating through it. And we had a great understanding, but of each other, right? And we even had code words, like so. Like when she was feeling a type of way, she would like just send me a text when I'm like, okay, cool. I know now I need to make her more of the priority instead of my career. And I was balancing that. She was balancing, the same thing, vice versa. But we had the perfect relationship, but that doesn't mean it's an exciting love, right? Like your relationship it might not have any turmoil. It might not have any, obstacles, but it's not fulfilling. It's like, have you ever ate good food, but you're like, it's really good. I know it's good, but I like other things better, right? Or
You like buffalo wings.
yeah, like I know that this is grass fed, but there's something about a McDonald's burger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, but you get what I mean? Like, and it's like, you just need
Something about shit that's not good for you.
that's not good for
that
you.
hits a little better.
That just hits. And I think that,
I think we all need
This
therapy.
We're getting somewhere here.
We all need therapy.
Do you really
We like
want a
the
perfect
toxic
relationship?
shit.
Do you really want a perfect relationship? Like,
Yes.
think
I
about it like
can't agree
this.
with you guys.
Just a dab.
Even when you said that you and your girl, like you guys knew each other enough to like talk out your arguments because you guys knew each other, that's healthy. Like you guys still argued, but you
No,
knew.
we didn't. We didn't fucking
So
argue.
why didn't you just like stir
No,
it
but
up
you
a
s-
little bit?
Yeah, you said that
Nah,
you
because that's
were
crazy.
able to talk shit out like amicably.
Yeah, I mean, I think so that was the first time in my life I think me and her both ever had somebody who was receptive. We actually had a sit down at month 1, right, of being official. And I'm like, listen, if you have an issue with me, or issue with what I'm doing, this is the way I need you to speak to me, or this is the way I need you to handle it. Because if you do it in this way, right, and I used the example at that time, I'm not going to be receptive, and I'm going to respond with a different part of me, right?
Mhm.
And she implemented that immediately. And then when I spoke to her a certain type of way that she didn't like, she sat me down and she told me and she talked to me. It was never an argument. Like I never had a yelling match with her. You know what I'm saying? I never had a fuck you. I never had a disrespecting match with her. You know what I'm saying? It was a sit down, have a conversation. This is how I work. This is how I work the best. This is what I need to thrive, and vice versa. So I never really argued with her outside of month 1. We had one argument, and that was it. We had disagreements.
So did you feel you guys weren't strong because of that?
Did you feel like she was a yes man?
No, she was not. She was not a yes man. But were we strong? I don't know, because we ain't together, right? So like,
I mean, because of you, because you don't like perfect.
it's not that I don't like perfect. It's just that like it just got boring. So then I went and started traveling.
Yeah, this was
That was to stir it up.
So like, huh?
This was your younger days.
I mean, 5 years ago,
You weren't mature enough.
it was mature. I mean,
don't
even
think
if I had the same relationship,
I don't
That's
now,
why
even think
would your
now he would
traveling
prefer
matter?
it.
yeah, I wouldn't want it now. I mean,
He just doesn't want it.
I need controlled chaos, right? Like, I need, give a dog a bone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just feed me gourmet meals. Like, I need a treat too. Like,
If she was a yes man, I could understand this a little better because if you don't argue with me about anything, if we have disagreements, and I'm not saying that it has to be an argument, like full blown, like crazy argument, but like you tell me how you feel, I'll tell you how I feel. And like we can have a little back and forth about our feelings. But if you're just like, all right, babe, you got it. then I feel like you're not really listening to me and you don't really care about how I feel. You just don't want to argue. So you're just always going to, you're going to be dismissive and you're going to always make me feel like I'm right so that we can just move forward. That is a relationship that I wouldn't really feel that strong about. And yeah, it's going to get a little bored to me. Or maybe you do, and you're just not saying it, just because you don't want to argue with me.
Wait, I want to make sure that that's not the case, that you don't think that that's how she was.
That's why I asked if she was a yes man. I said if she was, then I would understand you a little bit more.
And it was so shocking because it would be like I would watch her like interact with other people. And it felt like I was getting like a whole nother version. I'd be like, damn.
I'm soft with you.
I was about to say,
you put her in her feminine.
Am also like that. I am also like that with other people. Like,
yo, what?
Like I'm a little bit of a tough cookie, a little bit. Like I'm a little combative when it comes to other people. Other people know not to play with me. But when I'm in a relationship, I am super soft. Like super OD.
Like, okay, babe.
Okay, babe. All right.
You think
like
that's
I'm so sorry. I really don't want to upset you. Like, how can we fix this?
See, I like that. I like apologetic people.
I think I'm a yes man in like every other I'm saying like every other aspect except for when we argue. Like if it's like 3 a.m. and you're like, pass me the remote on my nightstand all the way over there, like I'll get up out the bed and like, get your room, whatever. But if we're arguing, is like, I'm not.
No, you guys just roll.
My friends are actually always so surprised to see how I act in a relationship because they feel like, bitch.
And I think it's usually like that, right? It's usually the opposite for each, right? I think that the people who are hard with everybody else are soft with their spouse, and the people who are soft with their spouse are hard on everybody else. I think that's the balance of people. Like some people are like consistent throughout both, but I think you usually get to see the opposite.